There go a couple guys in Lo Hueco, Spain, excavating the hip and tail of the new dinosaur that just got discovered, the Qunkasurus. And here's a bunch of the bones after they were all cleaned up, and they're on display in the Museum of Castilla-La Mancha. And that there is a 3D rendering of what they think this thing probably looked like. The stuff that's in blue are the bones that were actually found, and all the rest is a best guess, or I guess you could say an artist's rendition. Today I'm going to be talking about this paper. A Spanish saltasauroid titanosaur reveals Europe as a melting pot of endemic and immigrant sauropods in the late Cretaceous. The TLDR is a 75 million year old dinosaur just got excavated and reported in Spain. And if that's all you wanted to know, hit the like on the way out, and I'll see you next time. Otherwise, let's go a little deeper. The new dinosaur is related to this guy, or maybe a better word is descended from these guys. This is an Apatosaurus or a Brontosaurus. It's enormous compared to the one that was just discovered. These things could be as big as 100 feet long. This drawing of the new dinosaur in relation to a person obviously isn't even nearly that long. By my estimate, based on the scaling here, this is somewhere around 35 or 40 feet, though some people are reporting 50 and others are reporting 65, so rumors kind of gotten ahead of fact, I believe. That is the hip bone and the tailbone we saw earlier, and here's a little map of where these bones laid out when they were discovered. So if the hip and the tailbone are here, then all the rest would be scattered somewhere down around here. An interesting thing about dinosaurs that are built like this is that they're found all over the earth. These two were found in Argentina. So this really big one, it's also really old, about 150 million years old, while the ones I was showing earlier are about 75 million years old. And fossils from these guys have been found in Colorado, Wyoming, Oklahoma, kind of throughout that middle part of the United States. So the way we see the world now is that these are all spread out, but back during the Cretaceous, this is what the continents looked like. They were all much closer together. And if you go back a little further, they were all touching each other. So it makes sense that you could have this similar morphology that gets spread out all over all the continents. The spot where this new one got found is close to this little spot on the rail line, Cuenca. And it was actually the rail line that led to the discovery of this massive fossil bed. Basically, when they were excavating ground to put this rail line in, they started finding fossils around there. And as a result, the excavation and the rail line have co-evolved over the years. The formation at that site consists of this mudstone. And that mudstone consists of little clay particles and silt particles that have been compressed together, but not so hard that they form layers. So if you compressed them really hard, you'd get something like shale. But in this case, you get something that comes apart a little more easily. And within that Lo Hueco formation, you also find things like this. These are gastropods, so snails. And here are some other dinosaur fossils that have also been found there, along with bunches of little plants, insects, and there's another femur bone. My favorite fossils out of the area are the turtles. So two turtles here, and actually this is an alligator fossil. So here's some more bones from this new dinosaur that was discovered. They actually started digging these up in 2007. And it wasn't until 2022 that they believed they dug up the complete skeleton. I want to go back to this image here of this little guy from South America. What you'll notice is that the humerus bone and the femur bone are both found. And if you've got the humerus and the femur, you can figure out the body mass using this equation. Now this C is the circumference of the humerus plus the circumference of the femur. And it kind of makes sense because those are the bones that hold up the animal's body weight. So as the animal gets heavier, those would have to get bigger around. And unfortunately, with this new dinosaur, there's only a partial femur and there is no humerus. So it's not really possible to calculate the body mass that way. But if I were guessing, and it's only my guess, I would say this thing is probably somewhere between 10 and 12 tons. And we'll end with an artist's rendition of what this thing might have looked like.